Scorpio, Sun, Moon and Rising, here is your tarot reading for the week ahead. I release these Tarotscopes weekly, so to ensure that you never miss your reading in future, all you need to do is subscribe and hit the notification bell, or you can sign up to email notifications straight to your inbox by following the pinned comment below. As ever, take what's helpful, leave what isn't. These readings are meant to inspire, to guide, and reassure, never to dictate. You lucky sausages, Scorpio, this week. You've had a good run. I know there have been a couple of blips, but off the top of my head, of all the star signs, you're probably doing about the best of recent months. It's really, really nice to see. Partly this week, that's because you're taking the time to fill your cup, fill your emotional cup. That is expressed by the Nine of Cups and the Ace of Cups. There's also a feeling that the Nine of Cups isn't quite complete. It still has room for one more to create the Ten of Cups, which is the Lord of Joy. And this Ace of Cups is coming to just complete everything. So there may be a feeling of completion. There may be a feeling of a gift. There may be a feeling of, that's the cherry on top. That's the icing on the cake. That's the last little thing that I needed just to make this absolutely perfect. We have full moon in Virgo around this time, and there is a big theme around completion and a theme around crossing the T's and dotting the I's. And that's certainly coming through for you this week, Scorpio, but particularly on an emotional level. Unsurprising, given that Scorpio is a water sign, so this intensity. And for some people, that full moon in Virgo energy is a bit disruptive. It's bringing a sense of resistance in for people. It's bringing a sense of I don't want to let go. But here, there's much more this sense of, as I mentioned, just the crowning glory, the last little ding that you've been looking for. And in part, there's just because this full moon in Virgo is asking us to be receptive, to be reflective, to look at our inner world, and that's a place that you're so familiar with. This isn't going to feel in any way surprising or difficult to do. Those moments that you are able to fill your cup, particularly in stillness, will be highly beneficial. Self-care, self-nurture, make sure that they are somewhat of a priority this week. That has been a theme for several of the signs over the past couple of weeks. Plenty of rest and plenty of filling your cup. That old adage, we can't pour from an empty cup, effectively. But Ace of Cups is very much the love card, so do what you love, be heart-led this week, something that is also emphasized with the Justice card. The Justice card is ruled by Libra, which in turn is ruled by Venus. A lot of people assume that the Justice card is very rational, very clinical in a certain way, very critical of mind. Interestingly enough, that is part of Virgo, but it's being beautifully balanced with this more heart-led energy, as is Venus, the planet of love. And interestingly enough, the only other star sign thus far that seems to be very well aspected is Aquarius. And two of the cards that were in Aquarius are here as well. And they are the Justice card and the Six of Pentacles. And unsurprisingly, there's a huge overlap, the fact that we've got these scales in both. Be sure to check out Aquarius's reading, because there will be some points of insight for you there too. But a lot of that balance is around social justice, filling up other people's cups. The Six of Pentacles is about charity at times, about generosity, being able to, once our own cup is full, then wantingly filling up the cups of those who are around us. Be generous of spirit, be generous of time, uplift those that may be having a bit more of a rough time. Something I said to Aquarius that I'll repeat here: when there is a star sign that is very well aspected and looks as though they're dodging the energetic bullets that might be flying out there that will hit others. We sometimes have a responsibility or a duty to then uplift and offer assistance and offer help. And Justice card is all about fairness and equality and all about wanting to do right by people, because the Justice card is ruled by Libra and their mantra is we harmonize, or I partner. There's very much about other people. So it's a nice balance. It's a really nice balance indicated here of you kind of doing what nurture and fills you and nourishes you, and then from that place going, okay, how can I improve the quality of life for others? Particularly on an emotional support. Are there people that you need to check in with? Are there friends that you know that are struggling? Family members that you know are struggling? Could you send them flowers as a surprise? Could you send them a present in the post? Or maybe it's just as simple as picking up the phone and just checking in. That generosity of heart is really, really called for this week. And then we finish with a glorious card, the Four of Wands, a card of celebration, a card of things just being so. It's nice, not wanting for more, not wanting for less, not needing to adjust anything, the small pleasures. I often see the Four of Wands as a fireplace or a hearth, as beautifully demonstrated behind me. They almost look, you can see why I think that. This surround, and the fire roaring within it. So just feeling a real sense of pleasure. Lean into pleasure this week, luxuriate in pleasure. Sometimes pleasure can feel very self-indulgent, but it doesn't need to be. It can be those things that make life all the more sweeter. So enjoy the sweetness of life this week, Scorpio. Really, really nice to see. A great, great spread, as I mentioned at the beginning. Does that resonate? Does that make sense for you and your plans next week? If so, I'd love to hear in the comments below. But otherwise, I shall see you next week. Have a gorgeous, gorgeous next 7 days, and I'll see you then. Bye for now.